Table go flying in the air, drinks going in the air, females running. Ah, they fighting. So I'm going to tell you guys about my very first bar fight at the age of 40 years old. At the age of 41 years old. So I'm going out. Last night was a dud, I think, because I couldn't remember. I'm going to go out today and have a great time in a safer manner. And it's going to be a night I'll never forget. And I'm going to go there sober. I'm going to have the same big gulp that I had last time, container. I'm going to mix it with my E&J brandy and some Coke. But I'm not going to drink until I get there, because drinking and driving is a no-no. We all know that. So I'm in there drinking in the parking lot of Fridays, listening to my brown liquor music, Al Green, Jodeci, Babyface, and Teddy Pendergrass. I don't know why I was listening to that to get amped. And the reason why I drink before I go out, like I said, I didn't really go out before, and I'm an introvert. When I go places, I'm like in the corner, quiet as a mouse, not saying anything. But once I start drinking alcohol, I'm like Will Smith with a charm. Boom. It's just like a light. Boom. Yo, party can start. But outside of that, I'm quiet as a mouse in the corner, not talking to nobody. So I'm in the car with my big gulp and my E&J brandy in the parking lot of Fridays, drinking. A song called I Miss You. It was a long version. And that day I realized that was the greatest love song ever created in the history of mankind. I must have played it like 5 times. And I was drunk and torn up about the separation. I joke about these dates and stuff, but I was really torn up about the marriage and the breakup and the divorce. As you can tell from the worst day of my life, hopefully you've seen that, when I hit rock bottom. I'm in there, I'm listening to the wrong kind of music, and I'm crying. Crying my eyes out. Bad time. Crying. Sipping on my E&J in the parking lot. Crying. Playing it over. I miss you. So I'm like, yo, shake it off. You Quint motherfucking Luces. Shake that shit off. Go in the spot. Took my last shot. Okay, Will Smith, come on. Woo! I walk in. I'm still crying my eyes out, trying to wipe that shit off. Shake it off. I walk in. I'm good. He's like, yo, Quint. What the fuck? I look up, and it's one of my daughter's ex-boyfriends. I said, oh, shit. So this dude had put his hands on one of my daughters about 3 years ago. And I was going to go over and put my hands on him. But I talked to him on the phone. I was like, yo, next time I see you, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we're going to fight. We're going to shoot joints. That's it. We throwing hands. I don't care where we at, what we doing. If I ever catch you in the street, we throwing joints. He had the nerve to be like, bet, whatever. I was like, oh, shit. This nigga fucking, oh, shit. Fucking enraged me. So 3 years later, I ain't see this nigga. I'm walking in Fridays. Yo, Quint. I look up, and I see it's him. As soon as I walk in the front, I look up, I see it's him. He like this. And I'm like, yo, I'm fucking twisted right now. There's no way I can see this dude right now. Keep it together. Let me talk to you for a second. Fuck. Shit. And I realize he's with his boys. And I'm solo, and I'm twisted. So I'm like, I gotta strategize. I gotta keep cool. I gotta figure this out. Yeah, whatever. What's up? What you gotta say? Have a seat. We sit down at this little round table. Tells the bartender, can we have 2 shots of Patron? They bring it over. He said, yo, I just want to apologize. And I'm like, I want to fight, but he's with his boys, and I'm solo, drunk. Again, all these stories, my best stories, I'm drunk. I hate to say that shit. So he's sober. Well, I don't know if he's sober, but let's talk. We sit down, 2 shots of Patron. He's trying to explain to me what happened that day. He's not even apologizing. He's trying to explain what happened and rationalize why he did what he did and why he put his hands on my daughter. So I said, what? I said, maybe I'm not understanding. Can you repeat yourself? And he said something about, yeah, some dude called the house, blah, 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 and he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know who the dude was. Blah. So we try to explain it, and I'm like, I got to fight this dude. I already see it. I got to fight this dude. And already I'm thinking 24 was out at the time, Jack Bauer. I'm like, I'm going to take my hand, and I'm just going to hit him in the throat. Like, hit him in the throat. I would be like, Denzel, breathe, nigga. As he's falling down, breathe, nigga, breathe. So I'm like, I'm about to hit this nigga in the throat. Here we go. But if you stay calm and don't say nothing stupid, it's all right. So I'm like, yo, you gotta rewind that. You gotta rewind that, yo. I'm not hearing what you're saying. And he's telling me the same thing over and over. So I took my drink. He had a shot. I had a shot. I took it. And I don't know what the fuck this dumb shit. I turned it over like it was in the TV. Like, I don't know why I turned it over. I was like, what you say? He said, yo, I'm trying to tell you, what happened, and I put my hands on her because of this. I was like, he's still not apologizing. So now I took his drink. I said, you're going to have to explain this to me one more time because I'm not understanding a thing you're saying. And he said, probably the worst thing he could have possibly said to me that day. He said, look, I know you're going through a divorce right now and you probably can't understand what I'm saying because your head's not clear. Yeah, let's catch up some other time when your head is straight and you ain't thinking about everything. What the fucking time? Worst thing he could have said. I was all emotional. Just came out the car crying. And my inner Ice Cube came out. God damn, I'm glad you set it off in my head. I overreacted. Flipped that shit up. The glasses went flying. And as I went to go, get that nigga a choke in the neck, nigga kind of blocked it. I grabbed him. He grabbed me. I'm fighting him. He fighting me. And we just fighting for position, right? We fell down. Another little round table next to us. Kick that table, knock that table down. Table go flying in the air. Drinks going in the air. Females running. They fighting. All kind of shit. What you say, nigga? We choking each other. We grabbing each other. He grabbing me. I'm grabbing him. I was like, this is my time to do the whole 24 thing. She was crazy. 2 cops come undercover. Grab my ass. Grab him. I'm like, Martin, get your hands off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. And he was a PG County, Prince George's County Sheriff, who saw the whole thing. So he took me out, straight up like this, took me outside. This week is a little funny. Handcuffed me, and then emptied my pockets. He's like, anything sharp in your pockets I need to be aware of? I said, nope. He took out my wallet, threw it on the grass, took out my phone, put it in his pocket, and then he was like, what's this? And I was like, fucking gum? I don't know. He put out like 6 condoms. He's like, oh, you thought today was going to be your lucky day? And I was like, yeah, apparently. I don't know why I got 6 condoms. I thought I was going to use 3 of them tonight because, I'm going to get a little lucky. I'm only use 3, but I'm going to bring 6 just in case. Fucking idiot. He took the condoms, threw them on the floor next to my keys and wallet. I'm like, yo, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Flatbush. Grew up, never been arrested, never been in jail. Never been in handcuffs. Here I am, like 40 years old. I'm in handcuffs from a fucking bar fight, just talking to him. So I'm like, yo, can I get a courtesy? Courtesy for what? So my brother's a cop. My sister's a cop. I tried to go through the academy, but I couldn't pass the lie detector test. Probably the worst thing I could have said. He was like, sorry, bro, you can't get no pass. You was the instigator. You started the whole thing. I saw everything. And as I'm sitting there in the car, I'm watching him leave. The dude I was fighting leave with his boys with no problems. I'm like, yo, why is he leaving? He said, you was the instigator. He was out here with his boys chilling. And you started the fight. You grabbed him first. You put your hands on. I saw the whole thing. Whatever. I'm wrong, I admit. But he's like, what's that about? He wouldn't let me go. I was like, yo, this dude, I'm trying to be hip. This dude put his hands on my seed. He put his hand on my seeds, yo. I'm handcuffed. He put his hands on my seed. And I told him if I ever saw his ass again, I was going to kick his ass. And it's been like 3-4 years. I saw him. I had to kick his ass. That's what the fight was about. He's like, did they get back together? I was like, yeah, what do you think? He's like, yeah. He's like, I had 2 daughters myself. I know how it is. And then he ran my license and realized I had no warrants. He got out the car, took me up, pulled me out the car, unhandcuffed me. And he said, you all right to drive home? I said, yes, sir. I sobered up the minute you put handcuffs on me. He said, how far do you live from here? Your license says you're in Upper Marlboro. I said, man, I'm going through a divorce. I haven't changed my address yet. I'm hoping this is a temporary thing. But yeah, I live over there in New Carrollton. Some of y'all know that story when I fell and bust my ass. So he was like, yeah, that's like 10 minutes from here. If you're good to drive, let me know. If you're not good to drive, let me know. And it was then I realized that the blue wall is not as thick as the fatherhood wall if you have daughters. So I was telling him my relationship with cops in the family that wasn't letting me go, but the fact that I had daughters that were giving me problems, he understood that and he was letting me go. So that happened, and he gave me my phone. I picked up my wallet off the floor, picked up my keys, and he's like, "Don't forget your condoms." I'm like, "I'm going straight home. I don't need the condoms." He's like, "Take your condoms, man." He said, "You can't come here for 90 days, or else we're gonna get you for trespassing." And I sobered up like, whew. I got in that car. I drove 39 miles an hour in the 40-mile-an-hour zone straight, nonstop. And it was at that point where I stopped at a red light and I saw a sign in the grass. Boom. Looking for something to do on a Friday night? Tired of going out? Something like that. Tired of going out and spending money? Try Black People Meet. It's free to look. I was like, yo, you got to be a real loser to go on a website to find women. But it's free to look. So I'm going to give it a shot tomorrow morning instead of coming out, because this is like 3 nights in a row I tried to go out and it was just an epic failure. So stay tuned to find out when I got online, created my profile for online dating, because that's when it gets crazy. Appreciate you tuning in. See you soon. And Quint Chronicles, catch you later. Thanks. Bye. Cheese.